was a great guard of honour, wasn't it? And some reception as well for all the players, and of course for Ray Wilkins as well. So, Jimmy, how do we see this game going? Have we learned anything in the last half an hour?
Well, that it's getting tenser and tenser, and I think we're going to see a very good match. Great atmosphere, by the way.
Fantastic atmosphere here. Is it one of those where, no matter how fit or unfit you are, once they all go out on the pitch, it's going to be almost like to how it was?
It's the mind. That's the danger. The mind is so dangerous. It still thinks that you can be really competitive and still can thinks that you can do the same things that you were doing years and years ago. But the body will collapse. You know, so it's going to be interesting how they're going to go about. But there's a lot of quality on that pitch.
There is indeed. Well, in the words of Ray, I'm sure this will go dangerously well. Let's get to Pat Nevin and Ben Andrews.
There's an awful lot of footballers out there. They can't all play at once, but I'm sure we'll see all of them at some point this evening. The starting 11's are pretty impressive, Pat.
Well, not only an awful lot of footballers, an awful lot of world-class footballers. I mean, that's no exaggeration. And by the way, that's just with the guard of honour. Before you even get out there, it's tough actually sometimes to get, you know, players. We're mentioning the team now. Great moments, Frank LeBeouf's name getting mentioned there. Reaction to it. It's great to really cheer them on again. Marcel. Who will get the biggest roar of all our Chelsea players?
I wonder.
Oh, Dennis is up there.
There's a little fellow with number 25 on his back.
Fair chance of that.
Yeah, Gianluca Vialli has got the tracksuit on tonight. Dermot Gallagher's the referee, by the way. The band has been put back together. And that's not a roadie, it's Dan Petrescu.
By the way, Di Matteo got a massive roar there. As is Torre, who's dearly loved, still around this place. And by the way, watch out for Torre tonight. He can play still, I can tell you that for sure.
Yes, a few of them have been taking their training rather more seriously than others. Yep. A few of them have been staying fit for longer than others. And there's your roar.
We just knew it, and by the way, we were roaring too. Great to see him back. Boy, does he looking good, Nick. For Jody here, it's great, isn't it?
Now, Jody Morris and Dennis Wise will bring plenty of punch to the Chelsea midfield, even if they don't bring height.
Massive, massive applause for everybody. Can it get any bigger?
And a huge cheer for Luca. Only lives down the road, but always good to see him here. No more hair on top, a little more on the chin.
He carries it off, don't you worry. He looks good for it. It would be great if he'd come on for 10 minutes, or 5 minutes. But the thing is, you want to be in good enough nick, don't you? It's a lovely. Do you know, it's a great moment for us Chelsea folk to be able to say, you know, goodbye to a lot of guys that we haven't seen for a long time. Some you didn't even have that great a chance to say goodbye to, but every one of them's been, you know, in his own way very, very special to this club. And there's some massive names out there. And it's perfect, isn't it, that it's for Ray. Just perfect that it's for Ray today.
Ray would have fancied playing tonight. He'd have fancied his chances even at 61.
The big thing about Ray, though, standing in the middle of the park there, pinging 30, 40 yard balls away, which he's perfectly capable of doing. He would have loved to do that. You're absolutely spot on. People talk about the short passes later in his career, but boy, he had a range of passes as well. Oh, they're smiling now, that lot. Now, tell me, if you ask me a question, how much is that lot worth if they were all
just
under
thinking
30?
That. I mean, in their pop,
Wow.
we're talking a couple of billion quid by today's standards.
Yep, absolutely. And the thing is, we do know everyone's smiling and everyone's thinking, oh, this is nice, this is fun. And we all promise you, they all want to do incredibly well.
And Neil Barnett just running through some of the fabulous numbers Ray Wilkins, a captain at 18, a debutant at 17. Nearly 200 Chelsea appearances before he had to be sold to Man United. 84 England caps, and he won a lot of them as a Chelsea player in Division 2, which tells you how good he must have been.
Stunning, hasn't it?
Dennis Wise and his daughter Jade have got the grandkids.
Well, there's a massive Wilkins history at this club, and it's not just Ray. And you never know. One of those little kids walking in there. Will they play for the boys or the girls team one day forward? Wouldn't it be great?
That would be wonderful. And everyone comes together now in the name of our good friend, Ray Wilkins. Well, there's a way to start your evening. Stamford Bridge near enough full for a wonderful night in so many ways. Almost feel like we have saved the best till last at the Bridge this season. We got superstars from across the Chelsea generations. They're lacing up their boots and rekindling that old competitive spirit. Not necessarily for one last time, but 20 years on from their pomp, what a lovely list. Leboeuf and Larocque reunited, and as in 98, Vialli's had problems deciding what to do up front. He's dropped himself. It's Flo and Zola. As for Inter, Hernan Crespo headlines the attack with some bloke called Klinsmann on the bench. Cambiasso will run midfield. That's not fair. He's younger than most of the players here. And Karagounis is next to him. And a couple of pit bulls at the back there. Pat, Materazzi and Walter Samuel. They, and I'm sure everybody, but they're all ex-pros. This is going to be competitive. There's a lot of people watching here. No one's going to be jogging around.
No, they might be jogging, but they'll be jogging as quickly as they can. I'll say that much about them. But there's a lot of hard-nosed players out there as well. And like Zanetti, wow, fabulous standard of players that are out there. The technical ability will to be some degree still there. But the physical ability to move is a big difference.
Well,
it's not going to be a high press, by the way.
Yeah, let's have a look. It's starting off as the kind of pace that Chelsea did against Newcastle on the final day of the Premier League season, which... Do
you know the fun thing about it? See, if you're starting and you know it's going to be 80 minutes of football, you're looking at yourself like, I am not going to ruin myself in these first 10-15 minutes. I need to keep something. Because I know everyone else is going to get tired, and footballers do well when they've got space, and there'll be more space as this game goes on, even more than a normal game.
Well, Graham was so joking pre-match that it'll be 9 behind the ball. Apparently it's a 4-2-3-1. Frank Sinclair looks like he's right back, probably because he's slightly sharper shape than some of the players out there. Franco Zola at 52 years young. And here is the beast, Walter Samuel. A perfect Jose Mourinho defender, which he was, of course, for a while. And there's the Chelsea bench. Luca's got his specs on. Michael Ballack is there, probably fuming that he's not starting.
Yep, I would say so. But don't worry, if you've got a choice in a game like this to play the first or the second half, trust me, you play the second. That's where you get a little bit more time in the ball. Dead interested to see how Frank does tonight, by the way. Because we're going to give him a bit of stick if he doesn't do well, or if he makes any sort of a wreck whatsoever. So, any overlaps here, mate?
There's no Danny Mills to start any fights with him tonight. Dennis Wise might. Here is Dennis Wise, two-time Player of the Year. Frank Leboeuf, like Luca, has added a beard. He's just moved back to France. Frank from Hollywood. Some of you might have seen him. He played a part in the theory of everything in his foray into acting with his motorbike in Beverly Hills.
The thing is, his acting was acting as opposed to some ex-pros whose it was not really acting. It was, you know, a celebrity appearance, but he could act. Can act.
Djorkaeff. And Djorkaeff, of course, a World Cup winning colleague of Frank and Marcel.
Do you know who I'm also looking forward to seeing Jody tonight, because remember, Jody training most days with the kids. I mean, he should be in okay nick, he should be in good condition. I also want to see the first time Gianfranco gets the ball. Does he run with it? Does he do a trick? Does he try and pick out the perfect ball? That's what I want to see.
Well, that's the question. It probably depends who's marking him.
Do you know what? The first thing I'd do, I'd get the ball and find out if I could run the geezer, whoever it was, just to find out if he's fit or not.
Colonnesi, a little younger.
Because that's always the danger in these games, the youth.
Here's Cambiasso, who we need to thank for N'Golo Kante. More of that later. Here is Colonnesi. Lasso's looking sharp already. Dangerous cross. First chance of the game, but it's off the bar. The rebound is hacked clear. And snaffled by Cudicini. Hussein Khaja nearly makes it 1-0 inside 3 minutes.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if he was completely in control of the header. We'll see it again here. Actually, that's not a bad header at all. I don't think Carlo's getting to that one there. Absolutely not. So that's livened things up a little bit. Good ball in and good overlap. Didn't actually think I was going to say that phrase at any point tonight, but very good overlap from the fullback.
He is the youth policy, by the way, at 35, Khaja.
I don't think Dan Patesco will be thanking anyone for playing the ball too far in front of him today.
I'm not sure about the leaving the shirt untouched. Shot from distance, goal! And look who it is! I know somebody who scores from long range early in football matches. His name's Robbie Di Matteo. He's done it at the shed end, and Vialli's off and celebrating. Chelsea 1-0.
Do you know what? Just off the crossbar, we could have been getting a little bit down about that there. What a hit that is! That's magnificent hit by Robbie.
Well, Brian Robson's here. He's probably having nightmares from his Middlesbrough side in '97. It's deja vu 21 years on.
You know what? He's picked up, he's not even thought, it's first time hit. A little bit of a slip there, but it's in the corner. There's plenty of pace there. It's not all about smashing it as hard as you possibly can. Just make sure you get it in the corners, and boy, that was in the corner. Well done. That's the start we wanted.
It's almost like it was written. Francesco Toldo. Couple of bounces and beyond him. And there's Flo. There you see that sharpness of someone who's been training a bit. Been working with the academy, still on the payroll. Torre, ambassadorial role now.
He's not happy with the fact that he just had a little kick there. Come on, you're playing against Italian centre-backs, Torre. What do you expect?
There's Leboeuf, and that's what he did, and he can still do it, and Lasso's control is shocking.
Yeah. I think he didn't think I was going to reach him there. He's looking at Khaja and thinking you're going to get there, but Khaja this time didn't fancy headering the ball for a change.
Doesn't matter what your level of football is, Pat, you don't take your chances. Khaja missed one at one end, goal at the other.
His manager will be waiting for him afterwards saying, come on, what's going on here? To be fair, you said 35, you know, you should be having a big effect in this game.
Zanetti charging forward from midfield there.
Flowing locks not quite flowing so long with Henry Crespo at the moment.
No, shorter and grayer, but I bet his finishing's every bit as classy as it always was. Zanetti in the middle of the park has every inter-record going. 858 appearances for the club. That is ridiculous at that level.
At that level, considering, you know, that the game wasn't easy then. You know, it was very, very physical, and he's a physical enough player as well, but as well having a bit of class about him.
16 medals, 5 Scudetti, here he is. Now Khaja. Djorkaeff, Colonnesi, Djorkaeff again. This is nicely worked, going to have a shot at the end of it. Zanetti floats one. And it's dealt with comfortably by the goal scorer.
Do you know what, he's looking cool, isn't he? I mean, he's one man of the match. I mean, we're only 6.5 minutes into it, but he has started very, very well indeed. Well, great to see what he's got.
Hello.
I was waiting for a hammer up the line there, but he thought better of it.
Well, the warm-up nearly killed him. He was absolutely pouring sweat, but he's been training hard. He got a little niggle, actually, early on in training. They were worried about him a few weeks back. There's a ball down the line for Petrescu to chase, and he's got there, but no one's in the middle. Flo on his heels.
Could you take that note of your surprise out of your voice when he says he got there? But he did get there. The effort was there. It's funny, it's what Jimmy was saying in the build-up there. It's not always actually about, if your brain's fine, then your brain forgets that you're not the same age. And he's gutted the fact that he's just made that run. He's more than gutted, he's
breathing
exhausted.
hard. There's a lot of people inside Stamford Bridge. Everyone wants to perform. There's half a lifetime, Pat, in all seriousness, of being a competitive footballer. I mean, it matters a lot.
No, you don't give it up. You don't give it up.
Well, they can still kick it. That's for sure. And he loved it.
Look, if he can run like that, he can come on the pitch and play.
The famous Lucas Celeb that we saw so many times.
He knows the history, doesn't he?
"20 years on from all that." Uzenars for the Desai skills. 20 years on from all that, it's such a special period in the club's history, with the Cup Winners' Cup and the Super Cup, and all started by the FA Cup of '97. Such a short space of time, a club that hadn't won anything for a generation was suddenly picking up a couple of pots every campaign. Djorkaeff.
Oddly enough, you say it right, it was, you know, it's changed so much in that period of time. Wait a moment.
Good ball for Crespo, and there's Cudicini.
What about the movement? What about the movement for Crespo there? He just little sneak in behind the centre-backs, and he's turning in, he's taking the applause from Matthew Harvey. They were impressed with that movement as well. They know their stuff up there.
They do. He only got the chance to score 25 goals for Chelsea. Some very good forwards. He was wonderful. Here's Kaja. Oh, it's a chance for Zanetti. Well, that was going miles wide. Interclaimed pen. Colonnesi crosses, and it's Crespo's header straight at Carlo Cudicini.
There's no getting around the fact they're looking seriously dangerous on this right-hand side. And in the movement, their understanding with each other. I mean, these are a bunch of players here that look as if they can cut through us frequently. I mean, to be honest, maybe a toe poke or an outside of the boot there. He snatched at it there, hasn't he? Snatched at it, but it's good play to get there.
He's got to be trying the out to winner there, I'd have thought.
But you're right, the ball comes into, as you say, Crespo, back on target. His movement's great. He's already found great space in the box already. 2 or 3 times. It's arrived at him that time. It's a couple of times. And considering, you've got to consider, he's against Desai, he's against Leboeuf. These aren't silly players. These aren't stupid. These guys know the game.
Oh, Sinclair's dived in well too early there, and this is trouble. Lovely shimmy, and a shot beaten out. Karagounis hit it, and Cudicini's been a busy boy. He's doing very well. Karagounis never scores goals. He nearly got one then.
Tell you what, he looked lively there, didn't he? This is a slight worry. They've turned up the gas in this one.
They have. It could easily have been one up. It could easily have equalised since going behind. Is Kaja with the cross. And Sinclair very coming. They are fitter. They've got a game in Norwich on Sunday, which is what they're actually initially coming over for, a 25th anniversary of Norwich's famous UEFA Cup run. And as part of that, they're playing them again. It was Inter that knocked them out in round 3. Remember that season, Jeremy Goss kept scoring goals and they beat Bayern Munich.
Which was, I still don't believe that.
Norwich side.
I still don't believe that actually happened. Did that really happen? It was amazing how far they got. Stunning. Once again, any balls long up that right-hand side, I think we're agreeing that we're not necessarily going to get Dan Protescu at the end of that.
Colonnesi here with a crossing chance. Crespo's in the middle again. He's such a deadly finisher with the bunts, but he's had one chance, didn't take it. Maybe he needs the flowing ponytail behind. Right, let's head down to pitch side and see who Sam has found. Sam, over to you.
Welcome down to the benches. Luca, what do you make of the opening?
Been quite good actually so far. I think we are coping with the lack of physicality and mobility, using a lot of experience. I just hope that we're going to carry on playing that way. Okay, who's that? Somebody, who's that?
We've got a little bit of an injury over on the far side. Frank Leboeuf, I think, has got a bit of an injury issue. Are you concerned? Are you going to go and replace him, Michael?
Oh no, I'm not a defender. Sheva maybe.
What do you make of the Inter fitness? They look quite lively, don't they?
Yeah, they trained them, I reckon. No, they're doing really well so far.
Ready,
Of course, Inter seems to be a tough side, and yeah, good start.
Good old Bobby with that goal.
Yeah, it was perfect. It suits us perfect.
Excellent, good, great shot, you say, Luca?
Great shot, great shot, great shot. Very much needed, because we either, you know, shoot from outside the box, or we've got no other options. So it's the only way to try to score.
Okay, well, we've got Sheva on the bench here as well. If we need to get you on in the box, you'll be there to poach.
Of course. They've been great start so far. Team playing great goal. We're looking good.
Excellent, cheers. Thanks, boys. I better go back to you.
Well, the busy keeper so far has been Carlo Cudicini. Just glancing down here, Pat. In terms of signings, I think how good he was. 160,000 quid from the Italian third division. I think it was Castel di Sangro, that infamous football club that some of you may have read a fairly interesting book about. 160 grand for Carlo Cudicini.
That's extraordinary. And I know, you know, budgets have changed and amounts of money that are thrown about, but 160,000 anybody's money is massively good business, and especially as he's such a massive part of the club, even after his career as well. Done a lot for us. By the way, I'm slightly concerned at the moment. I have to admit, Gianluca didn't sound that concerned out. We're not getting out of our half here. This is a concern.
It's score a goal, park the bus, and try and hang on to 1-0.
Does this remind you of anything recently here? Liverpool, Chelsea sat back a bit, took a little bit of the stick, took his team out of the game, allowed, you know, the opposition come on to us, and then broke on them when we need to. I think Luca's been watching Antonio.
Given away by Di Matteo. Leboeuf fit enough to win it twice over.
That's funny, that jump in there, that kind of... I was going to say sliding tackle. I'm not going to say sliding tackle, that's a jumping tackle.
Into Crespo again.
He's always in the right place. He's always in the right place, isn't he?
He's got good
gets in
movement.
front.
That was part of that crazy summer of 2003. Let's have another look. My favourite moment of skill from the whole of last year was Jody Morris at the academy. He's still got it. Yeah. This is the training with the youth team that Pat referred to earlier. He can't stop himself. He always plays and he always runs midfield.
Yeah. He's trying to get... I think Frank looks... I think we can guess he done his elbow and possibly his wrist there.
Well, that's all right. You don't need your arm for football.
It's not, but he's already, since he's injured himself, which you might see in a lot more, it's a massive bruise there he's got on there. And it was the angle he went. He kind of went at an odd angle when he went into the tackle. You know, and it was... You expect when you're younger to be able to slide and bounce a little bit. But he's got a wee kick there. He's got a wee kick as well there. Coming through him there.
Djurkaeff tried to get out the way.
And I think he's caught him, though. Just caught him.
Right, who are we going to have?
So that old one, I'm injured after 15 minutes.
He's done all right.
We could do with him there because we're under a bit of pressure.
Of
course, Frank can move into centre back, of course, if we need Frank in there.
Versatile players back there. Dr. Julian Redhead coming over to... actually not to do very much. He's going back on again.
So Dan might move over to... Oh no, sorry, he's just taking a break. Maybe getting a little bit of ice on it there. The ice will make a difference, definitely make a difference. He's just putting pressure on him.
I think he's just chucked in the old one to get the teammates a breather for 30 seconds, because it has been. Well, Inter look a little sharper, but Chelsea have the goal. Here's Djurkaeff. Karagounis has already battered one at Cudicini, and here he goes again. You don't associate him as a goal-scoring midfielder, Karagounis. You associate him with about 400 caps for the Greeks.
They were kind of defensive in those days anyway, the Greek national side, weren't they? Let's be fair about it. Lovely little touch there, that'll do. And we're over the halfway line. Breaking news, come on Graham, you can go over there halfway and let's try one of those trademark overlap runs, Graham.
Well, you need him. You need him and Baba. doing that whenever they want to. Zola not been on the ball enough. The fans here are desperate to see Franco doing his thing, but he hasn't been able to get hold of it at the moment.
It's the one Italian we've not seen enough of tonight, to be fair. The one Italian. Oddly enough, interested why watching Lasso here. Graham doesn't want to overlap, but it's not because he can't overlap, it's whether he can get back again.
It's Colonnese trying to give him a problem. Now, Desai.
Did you see that? I bet you didn't see that. That's an unusual thing. Graham Lasso kicked the ball with his right foot there. Well done, Soxy.
Zanetti. To Cambiasso, who left Leicester so they could have N'Golo Kante, so Chelsea could have N'Golo Kante. And here goes Karagounis, the liveliest player on the pitch so far. Djorkaeff. Cambiasso. Oh, it's a stretch, but L'Europe is there.
Do you know what? They stretch like don't like to see it at that age. That can lead to bad things.
He's still there, and a few high kicks between him and Pet Rescue, and away it goes. I'm
not absolutely sure how mobile he is at the moment with the sharp changes in direction, but to be fair, there's a hell of a lot of them. You know, long legs. He's not putting on weight, I'm not suggesting that, but he just gets a leg in the way, just gets a toe in the way, doesn't he?
222 games and he cruised through most of them. Marcel.
He's doing the same now.
Oh, Menks nearly. Oh, Sport Colonnese. And Samuel was done. And Zanetti again. Seeing plenty of the ball in areas like this.
Well done. That's what we wanted. Franco on the ball, doesn't give the ball away much. But we're dying to see if Franco's got a lot of dribble on him. He's not had a go yet. And to be honest, I think he's running a bit odd. I'm worried about Franco at the moment. And he also likes to get his head up and pick a long pass. The problem is, as Luca was saying, there ain't nothing in front. It's going to run behind.
Wasn't overly optimistic as coaches go, was he? Yeah. We've got nothing else apart from shots from outside the box. So far, that is a correct assessment. 19 minutes in.
He's sneaking up the back again here, but it's left the gap at the back, and he'll look dangerous on the break. He's off again.
Materazzi stepping in, and it is Karagounis on the march. Back to Materazzi. Kaja.
Oh, done.
Carlo Cudicini is there again. We know he's still got it. It's not a surprise.
Do you know we were talking about the, Lasso not overlapping the way he does now? It's nothing got to do with the fact that he's incapable of overlapping, but it's getting back. It's leaving a massive gap at the back behind him. And I was right about Franco. I just wonder how fit he was.
Yeah, that is a real shame. In fact, it's the end of his evening, but his replacement is someone who has plenty of class himself. One of the most beautiful Chelsea players to watch ever, Heidegger Johnson, and not dissimilar in terms of team shape. And as Djorkaeff floats one in, Sinclair jumps well. Free header, Materazzi. He's done it. 1-1. And barely even a celebration or a headbutt.
To be fair, it's been coming, let's be honest, it's been coming. They've got into good positions there. And to be honest, he's headed, this is a really neat little cross in there. Cambiasso, isn't it? He's played it back there, and he's not panicked for a second. He knows exactly what to do. To be fair, I'm going to give him a big compliment. It would remind you of Olivier Giroud, the way he puts this one away there. Neat little header there. And even though, I have to say, Carlo's been brilliant, there is no chance of him saving that.
Cambiasso into the right area. And, 1-1. Marco Materazzi.
Yeah, a slight concern here. Looking down at the bench towards Luca.
Dermot Gallagher, get that whistle out your mouth. They're going to make a change themselves here into Ousmane Darbo's about to come on. Djorkaeff looks like he's got the problem.
And a player who got a lovely little late blossoming, isn't he? Fantastic late blossom in his career, Djokovic, when he came over to Bolton, wasn't it, for a period of time?
Yeah, Big Sam had a habit of bringing quite decorated players towards the end of their career to Bolton.
Would you
It's
believe
not an obvious path to tread.
Well,
but
I talked to Sam about it, why he did it, and the reason he told me was, I can't afford at Bolton to get world-class players because they all cost too much, so I'm going to buy people who were world-class players. I'm going to retread them like an old pair of tyres and get an extra year out of them, maybe a year and a half, and that's what he done. And he done that with Djokovic, and he done that with quite a few others, and it was really intelligent.
Fernando Hierro, Ivan Campo, and of course it wasn't quite so long in the tooth for JJ Kocher.
Yeah,
he was brilliant.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Kocher was amazing, and people had given up on them, you know. So that's Djokovic off, double one.
Djokovic off. Careful how you say that. Usman Darbo is on for him. Good Johnson, that's brilliant. Onside, Dennis Wise! Oh! Spoil sport, Materazzi. But typical Good Johnson vision. Here's the so. He's almost run that out.
By the way, Wise is off. Dennis, I think he's done something. Pulled his thigh, I think.
They're dropping like flies here.
That's the way it is. Again, Jimmy was saying this beforehand. He's saying, your brain is the intelligent, the thing. You forget it for a second and you go and you sprint. And we're all right. We're all exactly the same.
He's just made the sign, Dennis, to say he's pulled something.
Oh, you know. You absolutely know. He'll get some ice on it and maybe try and come back, but that's going to be tough.
Might need it for the penalty shootout. There's Kaja and Colonnesi. Another enforced Chelsea change coming. So Zola, Djorkaeff, and now Wise. Right, let's head back down pitch side. Sam has got the stricken Yuri Djorkaeff with him.
What happened?
I think it's Frank Leboeuf's signature on my ankle. Yeah.
What did you make of the way your team started?
Yeah, and I think we started very well. We conceded a goal. It was okay, but we turned back very well in the game, and I hope. In second half, we're waiting for Nicola Bertis going on the field, and I'm sure we're going to win this game.
Francesco Toldo just made a fantastic save from Dennis Wise. You need a keeper like that, don't you?
We need a keeper, and you need a player like Dennis Wise. I think it's a good balance. Good keeper, good player, make a great game.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Inter on the attack again with Karagounis.
Do you know that we need to be wary of this? Could be a long night, and we're going to see a player I think we're all desperate to see how he is tonight. And Michael smiling right in front of us. Nicholas maybe come on from Dennis now.
Yeah, a younger generation and certainly a more recent footballer.
Yeah,
Michael Essien is on. The Bison at the scene of two of the very finest Chelsea goals that have ever been scored. One at the Matthew Harding end against Arsenal in the dying moments to equalise, and another against Barcelona on the half volley at the Shed. He is on. Actually, he was playing as recently as last year out in Indonesia, certainly out in Asia somewhere. He's been doing a bit of ambassadorial work for the club as well, so he should be amongst the fitter Blues out there.
Why was he on the bench? That's what I want to know. It's a tough gig to get to this team, I'll grant you that.
It's that Vialli, you can't trust him.
He's got a bit of power into that midfield, but you know what? Certain players, in your career, you think you don't really understand where they get that level of power from. N'Golo Kante's one. Michael Essien is absolutely another. He's almost beyond human the way he played at his height. I showed you, why asking the question, why are players not going beyond defence and sprinting beyond defence? Well, Dennis Wise has just explained to you why they're not doing that.
He kept that in. No, he didn't. Crespo in the middle put it wide anyway. That was sharp, but it was another sprint. Karagounis doing it.
He's looking for a contract, by the way. Karagounis, he's definitely looking for a contract.
Well, they didn't do very well last year, so maybe.
But oddly, do you know, if you're Crespo and you've got someone like Karagounis out there, you're thinking, you're loving this. And well, he is loving it, yeah. He's applauding it. Because if you keep on doing that, I think he's also applauding the Matthew Harding, to be fair. But you always want to have somebody who's got running, who's willing to try and put something on a plate for you if you're a centre forward. And I tell you what, he's loving having Karagounis on there.
In that ridiculous summer of 2003 when people were signing every 20 minutes, it seemed, for huge amounts of money. He was introduced here at half-time in the Zilliner playoff. And all of a sudden there was a move to Crespo, Hasselbank and Good Johnson. 4 pretty good strikers to have. One of them lost his way, but he could finish. Here's Petrescu, who made the Hoddle team what it was. From the key signing, Glenn always said. Dan Petrescu from Sheffield Wednesday in that kind of wing-back role. There's the burst passing. And Good Johnson has already showed that he can slip a ball through if someone needs it, but we need a runner on the end. Flo trying to get in there now. Mistake from Colonnesi. Toldo's out. Shoot, Robbie, say the fans. It's a dummy, and it's marked up by Zanetti.
Yeah, he's unlucky. The ball just wouldn't come down from there, Robbie. And to be fair, he was lively onto it. He was playing really intelligently tonight, Robbie. Watch him a little bit now. He looks to me really fit. He's up there with among the fittest that are on this field just now. But he's timing it well. He's putting the sprints in when they're important.
Cute ball from Cambiasso.
Sprints may be pushing it a bit.
Here goes Karagounis again. I tell you what, coming here tonight, I didn't have him pegged as one of the standout players on the show, but he has been. Here's Hernan Crespo again.
Well, there's a couple of things I'll explain in a moment.
All the way to Kaja. Desai's clearance falls nicely. And Cudicini has saved well. Darbo kept out. And Darbo's in again. The danger's not over yet. Zanetti goes for the byline. Oh, stop from Cudicini, that's incredible. How has he kept that out? That's astonishing.
He's having a blinder. He is having an absolute blinder. And the fans will let him know.
What a game he's had. God, Cudicini, that is outrageous.
Well, they do say goalkeepers can play longer than everybody else. I'll accept that. But even so, they've been absolutely top quality saves he's put in there. His angles have been good, his reactions have been absolutely superb. And by the way, he's not just panting down. And he had that one.
He had that.
By the way.
Well, he's not just a pretty face. The housewife's favourite is the Chelsea man of the match so far. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. I mean, this is, you know, really comfortable. That holds on to make sure he gets it wide. That's the thing. That's a good save in itself as well. Just flicking it away, get it away from your goal. So it's like these things don't go away. I mean, if you're a good goalkeeper, you know how to do this. Some might argue they would have been palming it the other way. Do you know what? Don't palm it the other way, because you've got a striker by the name of Hernan Crespo sitting there the other way. So he's kind of got away with a little bit of luck now and again, but you can't have. That's the one. That is the one, isn't it? Let's be fair. That's quality. And he does it.
He's having a running battle, and he's winning the individual head-to-head anyway with Crespo.
Crespo's come over here to talk to his gaffer here. He's come over here to talk to his gaffer and said, I think he's saying, I can't score against this guy. Oh, ooh, nearly dropped it.
Well, Suazo is stripped and ready to come on for Inter, number 29 here. 38 years young, and that is young for out here.
See, to be fair, that's the two things. Players that have managed to avoid too many big injuries in their career, number one, when they come onto a game like this, and of course youth, as you say, massive in this.
Jody has done well to shift it out to Flo. I'm not sure he'll be thankful for the return ball. Thanks a lot, Walter Samuel. Yeah, just what I want.
I'll tell you, that's the most withering look you are going to see tonight from Jody, and he's having to get back now, and it's killing him. But well done, he's getting there. He's getting straight back in the straight line.
Oh, great take from Hilario on the bench, by the way. They got a decent backup goalkeeper if they need him. And it's Cudicini 1, Crespo 0. As David Suazo replaces Hernan Crespo. And he applauds all four sides of the ground, just like he did that night against MSK Zilliner, when he had long, curly hair. And he'd been signed for 17 million quid or something.
To be fair, I think that's broken a few Chelsea hearts.
Oh, Karagounis has gone for this.
Not against Erman Carlo tonight. Are you kidding? In fact, I think Carlo's offended by that. He's so far above that and beyond that tonight. You're not going to do that to Carlo in this form. He's loving it tonight. Carlo wants this to go. Carlo right now wants it to finish now because it can go to penalties and he can be the star.
Saved a fair few good penalties as well. Oh, they did. one from Van Nistelrooy is one of the best I've ever seen. Here's Essien. They'll say shoot, there you go, knew that was coming. Here he is again, Michael Essien.
Well, Essien's come on there, and he's had a little wrestling match. First thing he's done, and he doesn't fancy this trick. Oh, he's just got back there. He didn't fancy the sprint. The reason being he was going to lose it badly there. This is Zanetti looks okay, doesn't he? Looking great, Nick. Well, you mentioned that already.
Yeah. Chelsea definitely playing a little further up the field.
And the thing to remember about this, we've got a few coaches out there. A few people who have coached at a decent level.
Yeah, there's a lot. There are some who've completely left the game, like Leboeuf, and people are like, oh, hang on, here's good Johnson, he's in here! Great chance! Oh, what a stop from Toldo! And Vialli's got his head in his hands, but the ball's not in the back of the net. I would have put my money on either there. He's such a classy finisher one-on-one.
Well, the word dink's coming to mind now. That's exact, a little dink there. That's what you're expecting, isn't it?
He always chips him, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's with us there. Jimmy agrees completely. The dink was the expected
always
moment.
Goes for the chip there.
Maybe he was going for the double bluff.
It's only a corner. Lasso takes it deep. Essien gets up well. It's only Colonnesi. Shoot, they say. Jody Morris does. Deflected. Could have gone anywhere. It's another corner.
Interesting to see if that was actually going to be on target there. Jody on his left foot, half volley, half skill, has to be said. But what a chance that was for Ida. He'll be gutted just now. I know it's only supposedly their friend, it doesn't matter. You're one-on-one with a goalkeeper with his quality. How many of them you think in his career has he actually missed?
Right, another Chelsea corner. Toldo came, got enough on it. Now remember, only 40-minute halves. We're taking it easy on them here. I don't know if the 5 minutes makes that much of a difference, but it's 40 minutes each way here. Dan Petrescu dinks one in, beyond flow.
And Leboeuf's gone down, by the way. I don't think Frank's going to make it much further.
And Marcel Desailly's upfield, and suddenly Jody Morris is filling in at centre-half with Frank Sinclair. Well done, Frank Sinclair.
Always comfortable with Frank, yeah. He doesn't make many mistakes, that guy. He's in good net, and he's playing this so intelligently as well. And if Frank, once every single tackle that Frank Leboeuf has made tonight has been a slide tackle. And you don't bounce as much as he did when you were younger, so it's hurting him every time he goes for one.
He's just told William Gallas, come on, up you get. Now this is, there were only a couple of clashes tonight. We had two number 5s with Leboeuf and Essien, because you will notice, folks, that people are playing in their normal shirt numbers. Thank you and goodbye, Frank Leboeuf. And we got two number 13s. Michael Ballack was never going to relinquish. Here's William Gallas, always played in it as well. And Billy G is on. So we've got one classy French centre-half for another to partner the ultimate classy French centre-half.
And to be fair, you know, we've got to applaud, you know, the effort that he's put in there. You know, Leboeuf, he's put in maybe 4 or 5 sliding challenges there. And he's not come through and gone through the motions. He's gone and wanted to defend. It really doesn't surprise you, does it? And he did look very, very calm when he was on the ball there, but he's not carried any luck with injuries tonight.
Right, let's hear from the man himself, shall we? The beef is with Mataface. Let's see what they've got to say as Ida Johnson comes forward. Sam, over to you.
Yeah, he came after.
Frank Leboeuf is alongside me. Frank, what happened?
I tried like the old time, you know, to tackle, and I felt a little tear, and so.
There was a lovely little slide tackle there, wasn't there?
That was nice, but not very efficient and painful.
Now, earlier on, you had a problem with your arm. Did you really have a problem, or did you just need a rest?
I think I hit Yuri Djorkaev shin pads, but very violently, I would say, and it was really swallow and it hurt me, but whatever. No, we're getting old.
Oh, you got an ice pack?
I have to, you know. But it happened the old time as well, you know.
This is not a new thing. Cheers,
no,
Frank.
Not. Thank you.
Back to the acting and the motorbike for Frank.
Not very cool then, is he? Professional football, top quality, got the very top you can possibly get in your trade. What you do next? Learn about a motorbike, go acting, and basically be among the coolest people on the planet, I think. But other than that, we're not jealous, are we?
Good Johnson's looked cool himself since coming on, there's no surprise there.
There was a wee moment just before that when we were chatting to him. Lasso went down the line there and tried to put a cross in and lost his balance. He almost landed in the 4th row because he lost his balance so badly.
Three minutes to half-time at Stamford Bridge. The final outing, and a very special one for all sorts of reasons. Brilliant to see so many fans here, brilliant to see so many brilliant players here. And Ray Wilkins on our minds too.
That's Frank over there, going down. He's a very difficult man to hurt. Very difficult man to hurt. He's made out of different material from most human beings, Frank.
Frank Sinclair?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
He's made of solid. Yes. That's what he's made of.
There's probably, you know, in the kind of all the different elements, you've got, you know, gold is supposed to be strong, platinum, etc. He's harder.
Now, Petrescu's would have needed some help there because Samuel and Materazzi were right on him quickly. It's unfair having those two.
Yeah.
They are wizened, gnarly old pros who know every trick in the book.
Now and again, it just happens to you very few times in your career you come across some of the best in the business. I was supposed to play up front once against Maldini and Baresi for Scotland. Why do you laugh?
Sorry, well, you never got the ball anyway.
Exactly.
Never mind what could you do with it when you did.
We went 1-up against Italy in Rome, which was a big mistake. Scotland angry. Well, that's a tackle. That's a tackle. That's a Lasso tackle, isn't it?
Desai trying to buy himself a bit of time. Kaja on his case. Nicely done.
Good. Well, there's an SCN tackle for you.
Stolen back though by Karagounis. The familiar low sock. Not to be confused with Lasso. Here's the crossing chance for Kaja. And a flick from Colonnesi, and it's in. Is there a flag? There's no flag. And David Suazo, the Honduran who replaced Hernan Crespo, has helped Inter forever turn this round. It is 2-1, and they did that with Zanetti off the field.
Yeah, but look at the little flick at the bottom. It does remind you of Zola. This little flick in here. There we go. That's quality. Let's be fair. We'll give him a little round of applause.
That can't be Asso with that touch. That is excellent.
It's a beautiful touch. He knows what he's doing. He's flicked it around the corner there, which if it goes in target, he's got a chance to get in, but also it's redirecting and confusing the life out of our defence. That's a lovely goal, actually. Well played, Cambiasso.
Very tidy indeed from Cambiasso, who was the linchpin of that Mourinho midfield, went into one in 2010, the Champions League.
So we're getting very near. It's a bad time to lose it. The referee, I think,
yes, yeah, right on 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's a blow.
Oh, there's the half-time whistle. Sadly, they couldn't hold out for a little longer. But a goal up early through Robbie Di Matteo. We've heard that story before. This time it didn't finish 2-0 to Borough, though. Marco Materazzi with a perfect header at the other end. And then right on half-time, a beautiful flick from Cambiasso through to Suazo. And Sam Matterface has got Chelsea's best player of this first 45. Sam, over to you.
Well, I bet you didn't want to be as busy as that in that first 45 minutes, did you?
No, not really. Well, we're here to enjoy and above all to spend a bit of time with our fantastic supporters, obviously Ray's family and the Chelsea Foundation. So the most important thing is to have just fun.
Tell me about that triple, was it quadruple save?
I don't know. I don't know. I was so tired I couldn't even count.
How disappointed were you that you conceded right at the end after making all those magnificent stops?
Yeah, it was a pity. I think 1-1 was a fair result. Unfortunately, we conceded at the last second. But, you know, we have the 40 minutes, so I'm sure the guys will, will be up for it.
Was it enjoyable to put the gloves back on again, or are you waiting to get back into the coaching arena?
I was actually very, very stressed before the game. No, but it's just fun, and it's good to spend a bit of time with my old teammates.
Go and relieve a bit of stress in the dressing room at half-time. Cheers, Carlo. Thank you very much.
What a performance from Carlo Cudicini in that first half. We've got 40 more minutes to come here at Stamford Bridge and lots of fun in the half-time break. We'll see you shortly.
It is half-time, Chelsea Legends versus Inter Forever. Ray Wilkins Memorial game, 1 apiece as it stands. You enjoyed that, Jimmy?
I did, actually. I did.
More so than some of the players out there.
Yes, some were blowing really heavy, breathing really heavy, and some were coming off really early injured. And that is always going to be the danger. You want so desperately, you want to do well and you want to run hard, but the body is not used to it.
You said that before the game, didn't you?
So you will get people pulling muscles and all those kind of things.
We did see a goal from Robbie Di Matteo. It wasn't quite as early, or perhaps of the quality of 1997, was it?
No, but you know he can do that. He's a player that likes to have a shot from outside the box. And that kind of mentality has not left, and I'm not sure about the goalkeeper, but it's quick thinking from Robbie, and the goalkeeper is not set, but I think he slips a little bit. But good finish, 1-0, and well done, Chelsea.
It never leaves you that kind of thought pattern to take that early shot, does it?
No, that kind of instinct you don't lose, and that's also the danger what we were just talking about of your body.
Look at Luca, he's absolutely loving that, isn't he?
Yeah.
And believe me, he went on for a lot longer than that. We wondered at 1-0 what would happen, and to be fair, the Inter Forever team kind of deserved to come back into it, didn't they?
Yeah, you can see that Inter play a lot of matches together. They're fitter, they pop the ball around, they're very patient. And Cambiasso, who has just stopped playing 2 years or last year, you can see that he is controlling the midfield with Zanetti and Karagunis. Karagunis is a talent, and is still a talent, and he's still very fit.
OK, before we look at the equaliser, let's go back to comms for the crossbar challenge.
Right, these are the rules. There are lots of balls, and they got 3 each. There's Team Essien, so that's Michael, who is with Daniel Rogers, who is a fan who has this wonderful opportunity at the Matthew Harding end. And Idiger Johnson is with Andrew Lasky. 3 goes each. And they've got to try and hit the bar. Come on.
Well, it's pretty close, that
There's
one.
a potential pat here for 100 grand, half of which could go to the fan and half of which will go wonderfully to a charity.
What do you need to do to get 100 grand?
Hit the bar.
Just once.
No, everyone's got to hit it. Let's have a look. Yes, there's one. Good start. By the way, I was just going to say, half goes to a charity of Family Wilkins' choice, which is wonderful. And actually, do you know what? Even if everybody misses, it'll happen. Yes, you go on. Well, I think that's 1 out of 3 for Michael, unless we get Hawkeye and Snicko on it.
I tell you what, that's not bad. Each one of them was very, very close indeed.
Right. Come on, Daniel Rogers. He better have the appropriate footwear.
No, they never do.
But you think you're doing this?
Do.
That's not good enough. Where's your studs, mate?
It's a trainers. It's just trainers. He's going to go in his backside.
Good Johnson's just gone for it anyway because he's that good.
Absolutely brilliant. Here we go.
Go on, go on.
Ooh, so close again.
This is the guy I'd have my money on to do it, I think. Come on with it. 3 each, Ida. No.
Not giving enough.
That's what he should have done when he was 1-on-1 with Toldo.
Oh, Clink. Oh, dink over the top. Now the fans, here we'll see it. Now we'll see how close we can get. They have trainers, but how much money are you putting on falling on his backside?
Daniel.
That's not bad.
Should have studied up though, Daniel. There's not enough follow through. He's got the gilet, he's got the barnet. He looks like a footballer until you get to the footwear. Come on. And
see, I didn't like the little jump. The little jump beforehand didn't help. It slowed him down there.
Don't give more beans,
believe
man.
in it. Believe in it.
Nearly. But nearly is not good enough.
He was going to get
right.
it. Yeah, unlucky.
Next up, we're going to see Andrew Lasky, who is Team Good Johnson. He's got the classic Adidas. He's got the classic shirt. He's got the Dennis Wise Gianfranco Zola shirt.
I think he needs another 2 steps.
Yeah, I think give it a bit more.
Steps.
Come on, here we go, here we go.
Take another step, 2 steps. I want you on that white line. He's not going to the white line. Is it far enough?
Oh, that was that. Now, did that skim it?
That was so close. Well, that's not bad. You know, but the
50,000 confirmed donated, and to the charity of Family Wilkins' Choice, which is lovely. And Michael and Ida, they can still kick it. 12.5 grand to each fan.
I mean, it's a great gesture. It's a phenomenal amount of money. And to be fair, there's a little bit of me that thinks, well, the pros hit the bar and the others didn't. All in the world is right.
Here's a man who loves hitting the bar, Scott Minto.
Back in the day, Ben, back in the day, not anymore with a young family. Jimmy, I mean, what are the guys thinking of with the footwear they've got? They've got the chance of 100 grand, 50 grand between the two of them, and they're wearing that kind of footwear.
Not prepared, are they? If I was them, I would be making sure that I had my boots with me and the right stuff to just properly have a go.
Well, Daniel and Andrew, I'm sure you've enjoyed that at half-time, and well done with the 12.5 grand each, plus, of course, the rest going to charity as well. Congratulations there. Let's go back to the analysis, shall we? Because we were talking about Inter coming back into that first half, and they definitely deserved the equaliser. It was some header, wasn't it, for Marco Materazzi?
Great header, great cross from Cambiaso. He didn't celebrate, but yeah, he knew exactly where the goalkeeper was. Here's Cambiaso putting it back in, and he guides it into the corner, into the side net, and the spider, that's how we call him, Cudicini. Yeah, that's how we used to call him. He's been informed, and he could not get this one. How are you? Hey, how are you? How are you feeling?
It was a fantastic header there.
You look a little bit...
And delighted to say,
good
we're
passes,
joined by Michael and Ida. Go on, and you two carry on talking. Go on. Jimmy,
like I used to run for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Who did the running for who?
Oh, he knows.
He knows too. He knows too.
So he made you the player you were?
Yes.
And vice versa.
But he's never scored as many goals in his career as when he was playing with me.
We were actually speaking about you in the warm-up, and Frank was here, Frank Lampard as well. Both saying very, very good things. What was it like playing with him, including his moaning?
I'll tell you what, he made my job easy. It was just a matter of controlling the ball, looking around and spotting his run, really. And when he got close to a defender, he just shrugged everyone off, and we all know about his thunderous strike, so it was wonderful.
As saying too powerful, he's very powerful, but as I said earlier, I think people have underestimated Ida, and he has never really got the real credit of the ability that he had, and the smartness, you know, that he had. And I think the football world, yes, but the outside world should have given him more credit.
Gonna make me cry.
Well, yeah, I don't think anyone within football, everyone within football realised he was world class, just like Michael as well. Michael, how much have you enjoyed that tonight so far?
I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I think I still have some power in me. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
What are you up to at the moment?
Go on, Jimmy. He's still looking for a contract. That's what I'm saying.
Can you still rampage through the midfield now?
Well, with these games, yes. But I don't know if it's a proper competition. I can run like I used to. But I mean, it's always good to be on the pitch.
Go on, Jimmy. You were going to say something there.
No, I was going to say I know how difficult it is. I know how the mind works. But how is it for you on there? You know,
it's great. Of course, I'd love to have the pitch a little bit smaller than what it is. So the distance has become a little bit smaller, but on the ball, you know, I still have the touch. Yeah. It's great.
I don't need to run. Just give him the ball in his feet. That's fine.
Otherwise, it would have been a year younger. I think he would have scored from the ball I gave him. But it's just great. It's great to see the people. It's great atmosphere. Yeah. It feels like coming home.
And what about Ray as well, doing this for Ray? I mean, this game, to be fair, was organised before Ray passed away, but it's touching, isn't it, for everyone to come here, and us calling it the Ray Wilkins Memorial Game.
In one way, it's a wonderful thing, but in another way, it's just a sad thing that it had to become a game for Ray Wilkins, because it's just a tragedy. Don't think I've met a nicer person in football and a nicer human being just in general. My sincere condolences to his family, to everyone connected to him, and you know, we were all heartbroken when we got the news.
Michael, have you got a Ray Wilkins story What was he like?
He always used to call me, hey, buddy, you know, and I mean, such a lovely man, and I've never seen anyone saying anything bad about him. He's always make people feel very welcome and very friendly. So, I mean, it's very sad what happened, but you know, now we have to honor him. So, I mean, I'm very honored to be here.
He's watching this now, isn't he? He's loving it.
I think he will love this, and he will definitely want us to celebrate it, not to be sad, because that's the person that he was. He was a very joyful person, and he wants us to be happy.
Although saying that, he wouldn't have enjoyed 2-1, would he?
Well, I hope second half will be a different story.
Are you going to fire one?
Hopefully, if I get a chance.
A 30-yard one.
This is the goal, the 2-1 right on half-time. To be fair, Carlo Cudicini has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't he? And he's not been able to do anything about these two goals.
We don't expect anything else from him. We were used to this when he was playing here, and no difference.
So how do we get back into this, Ida?
Oh, just score a couple of goals. Easy.
Give Ida the ball.
Give Ida the ball.
Ida the ball.
Give Ida the ball.
Okay.
Listen, Ida, thanks very much for your time. Michael, all the best in the second half as well. Unfortunately, that man there, Gianfranco Zola, can't come on, but Michael Ballack, amongst with the other Chelsea legends as well, looking to get back into this game. Let's hope the second half goes dangerously well. Let's get back to Pat and Ben.
Ice packs are us. Walter Samuel, the latest. There's another ankle there that's on the freeze. Crespo's in some trouble. Daddy Granville is on for Chelsea, and Michael Ballack as well. And we're just doing a head count. Hang on a minute. Have I just seen? I have. I think that's Shevchenko over there. Hilario's in goal. So Carlo Cudicini's perfect 40 minutes has happened, and Troy Andre Flowers with Sam Matterface. So he's having a breather. Sam.
You're having a bit of a break in the second half.
Yeah, I need that. It was good fun to be out there. Lovely bunch of players, and good. The memories comes back and all that. So yeah, it was great.
What about when Wisey went through? Did you think he was going to score?
Yeah, I was about to say no there, but no, yeah, I had a good
change your mind.
No, it would have been great if he scored there. Yeah, it would have.
It would have been an almost a replica of that famous goal. Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no, thanks. Thank you very much. You lovely to do that.
So building from the back, William Gallas and Michael Ballack here. And there's all sorts of movement down there. I think that might be Giuseppe Bergami talking to Luca Vialli with some goggles on. And Carlo Cudicini has had, I mean, he has done himself no harm here at all. If there's a place maybe for, I don't know, third goalkeeper or something.
Tell you what, it's a decent looking midfielder we've got there now with Michael Ballack inside. William Gallas at the back, obviously, but there's a lot of decent players in there. It's just a shame that I had so many injuries so early. That's a slight disappointment, but bringing on Ballack as a sub, let's be honest, it's not bad, especially if he's sitting beside Michael Essien in the midfield. Kazaragi up front.
Plenty of changes made. It's Kivu, Romanian, who often used to play in a bit of headgear. That one's in behind, but it's comfortable for Hilario. Speaking of headgear, there's a keeper who came in because of two awful bangs on the head in one game for Chelsea keepers.
Yeah, he looks lively now. Michael Essien, he's warmed up. He came on his sub, and I think he was fully warmed up. He is now. Good ball in.
Good ball in here, and a headed chance, and it's going to fall here for Gudjonsson. And again, and it's blocked twice. And it's Sheva. Shoot, they say. Shoot, he does. Double deflection and Hackley.
Well, wasn't a bad hit there. He's caught it absolutely clean as a whistle. Right to Gudjonsson there. That's a good start to second half. Now think about the first half. We didn't have that much pressure on at all for most of the first half, and we started really, really well. I'm really comfortable with that, really happy with that. I think there'll be a few words at half-time, pushing us a little bit higher up the field. A few changes had to be made. You see Graham Lasso's going off as well.
I've just seen a name not on your programmes, as somebody would say. John Harley, number 34, is on for Chelsea. A young FA Cup winner in 2000. And, you know, Gigi Kazuragi indeed. I thought I'd seen Sheva. I might be going mad. Oh, he is there.
Yes,
Yes, Paganini. Kazuragi and Shevchenko, the big bucks front line. Cambiasso has been very comfortable in midfield, as we thought he might be. And Gianluca Vialli, I wonder if he's tempted to reverse his decision, to bring himself on to save the day.
It might be tempted just for the last 5 minutes.
Well, the banana's going in for the extra energy.
Well, you never know. The boots on.
Well, he always struggled with that, didn't he, when he was player boss? Because he had such good strikers at his disposal around that time, and obviously he was one of them.
Yeah.
And it's difficult because 3 into 2 or even 4 into 2 just didn't go. Chelsea ball here. So what do we got? We got Danny Granville, who's very much a left back playing at right back. Gallas and Belletti and Babayaro across the back four. Essien and Ballack. Now those two played a reasonable amount together. What feels like relatively recently. Of course it wasn't. It was about 10 years ago, but still relatively recent. And now here is Shevchenko. Oh! And we have just seen an astonishing fall for Nicola Berti in front of us. If he wasn't injured in the warm-up, he might be now. Danger here. Good Johnson. And Kazuragi trying to find the room to shoot. And in came Michael Essien. He's battered that against someone who's gone down. I think he's got that right in the kivus. Right.
Ouch. That is a real ouch. Welcome to the game, that. He's absolutely thumped. Trying to see who is it who's gone down there.
Well, Christian Kivu, who used to wear the head protection, might have needed it rather lower, I think, there. That winded?
Possibly winded.
Michael Essien's got hold of that.
He has leathered that. He's just come on to it. He timed it perfectly. And he thumped it. Yeah, see it again here. Ball comes out here. Nice little turn. We've moved the ball really well there, but it just comes off there. Not the best control. Whack. And he's thought about it for a little minute and went, ouch, I'm going down. But winded slightly. He'll survive. He's a strong lad. By the way, that wasn't a head injury, so should we really actually have kicked the ball out of play?
No, technically I think Chelsea would have been well within their rights to keep going, score the goal and hang the consequences.
So we'll have a real word with the referee, because I think Chelsea did carry on. I think it was the referee who stopped that. I'm going to complain. Either don't do it right or don't do it at all. That's what I said.
It's Dermot Gallagher. This must be a pleasure for him, actually. He's not going to get any abuse, probably, from 28,155 people. That's the official attendance tonight.
That's a great time.
A rare thing indeed that a referee gets no grief. I mean, he might get a little bit from the players. Is Danny Granville, who's working at it. Arsenal whisper it quietly in amongst their section. Belletti with the long ball.
Do you know what? This is a better start. Beautiful, beautiful conditions. I see you, Ben, sitting there in a nice short sleeve shirt, or sleeves rolled up in your shirt. It's,
no jacket required. Phil Collins. It's all on.
That's why I've got a jacket on.
Zanetti. And you're from Scotland too.
No, it's a disgrace.
So, if you're joining us late this Friday evening, Chelsea were dominated in the early stages, but scored 5 minutes in through Robbie Di Matteo, just like 1997.
Do you know what? I'm really impressed with the tactical changes at half-time, because you're right, it's totally different now.
Is it not just who's left?
I think it's
who can run
a little bit of energy in the off the bench. I mean, I'm sure he didn't want Franco to come off. I mean, he's desperate for Franco to come on and control the play. But coming off that early, you just wonder. I mean, it really worried me when I looked at Franco coming off and then Dennis Wise coming on and thinking, I ain't got my boots, I can't help, lads. All those little guys getting off. I thought they were the ones that's supposed to last longer. We weren't under so much stress.
Well, the half-time crew managed it in their trainers. I say managed it.
Really?
They didn't hit the bar. By the way, in goal, this is Sebastian Frey, the French keeper, who, like Neville Southall and any good goalkeeper, has made himself big.
Metaphorical and literally too.
Well defended. That's a foul. That's a foul, and he's given it. Gallagher. John Harley caught by Who was that? It was Hussein Khaja who stayed on. That's also not fair, by the way, because he's the youngest player here. Danny Granville, Cup winner. That's why they got rid of that competition, by the way. It was too much of a mouthful to say.
You know how seriously it was taken, and you think how massively seriously the Cup Winners' Cup was taken. And one or two people are suggesting that the Europa League isn't a big competition. Well, it is a big competition because it's Europe's second competition, just like the Cup Winners' Cup was a massive competition at its time.
Karagounis has stayed on. This is Suazo, came on for Crespo, and at the moment is the match winner. There's a long way to go. 32 minutes. 40 minutes each way. We were hoping that might make the difference with injuries. Oh, that's a good ball. Karagounis, though, is off. He went too early. And I think that might be the first little bit of abuse for an official we've had tonight.
Do you know you take off your glasses to come on? And by the way, they're shades. I'm very impressed down there. Very impressed, but
Giuseppe Bergami, yes, who doesn't look like he used to, but then again, none of us do. I used to find him frightening when he was staring at me out of his Panini sticker book. It was all stubble and eyebrows.
Oh, no, the eyes are still there. Oh no, the eyes are there. No, I'm still pretty scared.
Granville overhits it for Estienne, and that'll be a goal kick. And there is Giuseppe Bergami, still scary. 1979 to 1999, a one-club man. It's only Zanetti played more times for Inter than him. Absolute legend. 81 caps as well, and he's replacing Colonnesi here. Francesco Colonnesi, who only had a couple of years. You couldn't get two greater extremes of the spectrum. Fair play, Bergami. He's knocking on for 60. Doesn't look it.
You know what? When you look close up in his eyes there, come on, seriously. There are a few over the years that you played against, you just think, you don't actually need to know, you just need to look at the eyes. And he's one of them.
Yeah,
come
fantastic.
On. You're giving me that, you're accepting that,
I'm 12 years old again, looking at my Mexico 86 sticker book and thinking, I don't like him.
And I'm not keeping that under my pillow tonight, because I'll have nightmares. People used to say that about Ron Harris, didn't they?
Still do.
Nice
That's a
ball.
good ball.
That's a
for Massimo Paganini here. 4 years an Inter player. Only scored one goal for them. It's not bad going. Considering he doesn't actually play at the back. Here's Karagounis. Just wears smaller socks than everybody else. I'm not sure if they are rolled down. He cuts them off, that's what people do.
That's serious. Karagounis is serious old school. He has got bandy legs. I mean, that's serious old school. You don't get modern players with bandy bow legs anymore. So that's very much old school.
Here's Pagani. Flag up again here.
So, I mean, it is the nightmare run for defenders because they really don't want to chase back, and everything that's coming in behind them, they need to time that stepping up together really well. And of course, they don't play with each other a lot, and when they did, it was about a decade or so ago. So they've done well to catch offside a couple of times already. To be fair, that Suazo does look a bit lively, doesn't he?
Here's William Gallas. I think, have we forgiven him? Playing for Arsenal and Spurs after Chelsea, is that acceptable?
You'll find ex-players kind of, you know, come on, we've got a friend who's played for Spurs as well as Chelsea. Come on, let's be careful here.
But and Arsenal.
No, that is pushing it. I'll give you that. He's pushing it there.
The unholy trinity. Now, down about 20 yards from us, Sam Matterface is with the great Jurgen Klinsmann.
Jurgen, at half-time you came out of the tunnel and you said to me, we're the much the better team. What made you think that?
No, I think so. I think in the first half, we had majority of possession. We controlled the game, but it's just simply fun. It's fun to watch all these old lads having a good time, having respect for each other, and putting this all together. It's really enjoyable.
Has it been a bit more even in this second half?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think it's a bit more even. We're a little bit worried about maybe Shevchenko or maybe Balak is coming on. That could change a little bit the game, but then I need to jump in as well.
How long before you jump in?
Hey,
jump in, don't dive in.
Anytime, could happen anytime. Be ready, be ready.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Here comes Danny Granville with the swinger, and he's still got a tasty ball in. Chance for Johnson. What a stop that is from Big Fry.
Oh wow, that is, we're talking about the saves of the match. There'll be some great save. You put that in any level, you put that in a European Champions League match, you put that in a World Cup match, you put that anywhere, and that's a world-class save there. And can we now officially say he is no small fry?
No, that's definitely true. And Ida could have had two tonight. He did the right thing there. That was heading for the top corner. In comes the cross. A bit of a deflection on it, and Paganini will clear. Ugh.
There's a big argument about the save of the night is so far.
Yeah, I mean, Toldo made a couple of belters. Carlo's made 3 or 4. And that was maybe the best of the bunch from Fry. And Inter on the counter here. And John Hartley's trying in a hurry to get back. And Karagounis has slipped inside him. And Belletti. And Cambiasso tries something special, but it ends up in the fence.
I think maybe Karagounis held on to it a little bit too long. If there's a weakness in his game tonight, that's maybe it. He's desperate to go on the score sheet, isn't he, Karagounis? Every opportunity he gets, he's using all his energy. I'll tell you what, he won't be having a nice pack tonight, I can tell you that for sure. He's going to be having a nice bath because he's put so much effort in, he'll be hurting all over.
Effortlessly swept out by Messi into Gudjonsson. And Shevchenko and Gudjonsson.
I bet you've never seen either player pass like that in your entire time. It's not like either there. That's much better than that usually. They'll be gutted with that one there. Tried the outside the boot and it just didn't quite come off.
Foul on Essien. Oh, and ball thrown away from Karagounis. Get him in the book, Dermot Gallagher. We're not having that.
I don't even know if Dermot actually spotted that. He was looking the other way. He was thrown over the top of his bonds.
Consistency referees. Here's Sheva. Babayaro, who's still in his 30s, just. Deep cross, comfortable catch.
To be honest, you're asking a lot for the strikers to get in that one. He's taking the cross early. You've got to give him time to get into the box there. There's a decent ball in there, but Fry's looking okay, isn't he? On the ball in his hands, looking comfortable.
Selfie for Colonnesi.
Is he young enough to do that? Is that acceptable?
His children have asked him to do it.
Obviously.
He doesn't know what it is.
Oh, now we've got a superstar coming on the field.
We have indeed. And
by the way, I thought Sam Hartface was very brave there. He said he was going to jump in, and he said, well, as long as you don't dive.
Well, indeed.
I was wondering
who would be the first person to use that word in Jurgen Klinsmann's presence tonight. A former Tottenham Hotspur as well, of course. Essien across and too strong for Cambiasso. Well done, that man.
Many times in history have you seen him do that down in that corner there. But what a reaction we're going to get for Jurgen here. What do you reckon?
Who's he going to come on for? He's going to come on for David Suazo, who himself was a sub, so he's cheated a living tonight, David Suazo, because he's come on and come off again.
Are we getting a booth?
Right, Jurgen, what are you going to get?
Well, it's a little bit. It's getting bigger though.
Well,
I think as a few have just realised, Ben, it's a former Spurs striker.
A former Spurs striker who helped knock out England while being a German international.
But apart from that, he's all right.
Yeah, but apart from that, he's all right.
I think they're saying we don't like talking very much.
Even tonight, there is no respite. Here's Ido, could have had a goal or two tonight, and hopefully he still will.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to ask you a question. Yeah, the selfies are coming in big.
I think it's just he's adjusting the font size.
You always have to bring up size about him, don't you? You can't let it lie.
I was thinking about his eyesight. He should have had a goal tonight, Dennis Wise. He should have had a really great goal at the shed end. John Harley into Sheva.
I think Sheva would love another chance. He's had one, hasn't he? So would love another one there.
Have a precious lead, but it's a narrow one. That's not headed that clear. Harley's nodded it on, and good Johnson again denied. Flag was up anyway, wouldn't have counted.
I think he was absolutely delighted the flag was up there, because once again he cannot get by Fry there. Ball's got in there, not enough height and distance there. He keeps himself lively. Yeah, he got to say he's offside there. I don't think there's any argument there. He's got himself offside, but he cannot beat Fry. Do you know what he needs to do? He's got to miss hit one. If he miss hits it, he's going in the back of the net, I think.
Alessandro Bianchi, Inter's number 7, is going to be joining us soon. We got a little over 20 minutes for the Blues to find an equaliser.
And I have to say, this game's actually got faster. It's got sharper, it's got neater, it's got faster. Chelsea have got faster. Certainly there's nothing in it between the two teams. Obviously we could do with getting the goal back, at least to get it to penalty kicks, but we look much sharper. Maybe those old bones and those old muscles needed warming up a little bit.
Oh, nicely done, Danny Granville. Good Johnson, and now Michael Ballack. Shoot, they say there wasn't really the angle for it. Free kick time and substitution time, so here comes Alessandro Bianchi, if Dermot Gallagher notices, which he now has. And there he is. It sounds so exotic, doesn't it? Alessandro Bianchi, it just means Alex White.
Yes.
There's nothing exciting about that. Just as Roberto Di Matteo is Bob Matthews. It sounds even more boring.
And if you're going to be really sophisticated and go to the opera and watch Giuseppe Verdi, Joe Green.
This is it.
We're going off message here a wee bit,
we're stuck with a dull language. So, yes, Bianchi coming on, 52 years young. And played a couple of 100 times in the mid-80s to mid-90s.
He looks slightly cool there, doesn't he? There's a guy who looks in great nick for 52.
Right, Jody Morris and Marcel Desailly are with Sam Matterface down pitch side.
Marcel, you're all changed and ready to go again. How was that first half for you?
It's a very good impression. I've enjoyed being with the boys, and people have come, you know, to support us. So it's a very good feeling to be and wear the Chelsea shirt again. Yes.
Who surprised you the most?
No, everyone have tried his best. I mean, we were pleased to see Gianfranco Zola back on the field, and everybody have shown his ability. Di Matteo scored an important goal from the beginning, so very pleased, very pleased.
Thank you very much. Jody Morris, who was the fittest out there? Don't say yourself.
No, I'd probably say William Gallas looked very good when he come on, and he looks just as good with his gear off. So yeah, he looked like he could probably go for a little bit longer. So.
What's better, coaching the under-18s or playing on the pitch at Stamford Bridge?
I'd probably say if the first half went a little bit better, we kept the ball a little bit better, I'd probably say the playing is always better than coaching, but the way that we kind of give the ball away, if I was watching it from here, I would have been raging. we didn't keep it as well as we should have.
Cheers, Jody, thank you very much.
We're now up at commentary level, not so far from that Chelsea bench. We've been joined by Frank Leboeuf. Frank, are you all right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, as much as I can, you know. It's all right. I just torn a little bit my thighs, but it's okay.
We don't really want to grab your arm. Is it that arm you damaged?
It's the other one. It's I hit Yuri Djokovic. I have shin pads, I think. But that's okay.
And you put the effort in there because there's a few slide tackles and jumping in there. You wanted to take part in this game, didn't you?
I mean, I wanted to make sure that the last time that we played at Stamford Bridge would be memorable, and not that much, you know. But that was fun.
Well, you lasted longer than Gianfranco and Dennis did anyway. How's life? Have you left Hollywood, is that right? Have you gone back to France? Did I hear that right?
Yes, exactly, because I am involved in plays, you know, producing, writing, and also directing on top of playing it. So it's a nice adventure, a new one, a new passion, and I just enjoy like I enjoy football.
Right, we're going to do some commentary. You must have done that for French TV before.
I did a bit.
Of course you did. Right, who's that over there then? Who have we got? Number 2, that's Bergamy. He's been around forever, Bergamy. Well before you. How do you think the game's going then, Frank? Have we got a chance of getting one within the last 18 minutes here?
Hopefully, yes. You know, Chelsea never gives up, no? So hopefully we can at least draw. It would be nice. The Italian team is very fit, you know. They've been working together, you know, for a while, and
longer than you lot, yeah?
Oh my God, yes. Yes, you know, I never lost against an Italian team, but I'm ready tonight too for the first time. And that's okay, it's not very important.
No, it's not the final of Euro 2000. You're okay.
You know, one thing I want to say, it's absolutely fantastic to see that crowd, you know, and all the fans coming for us for the last time. I had tears, you know, when, of course, we had the minute for Ray seeing his daughter, and also all the people, the fans from Chelsea, you know, coming tonight. It was a very special feeling.
Yeah, it's been a really poignant night. I mean, it's been a really poignant time ever since we lost Ray, and it fitted perfectly. The club did the right thing to give this in honour of Ray, and of course we know Ray would love to have been out there because he would have been pinging a few taxis about there. He'd have enjoyed that.
Of course. I had the chance to do some training session with him, and he was still absolutely fantastic when he was with the ball.
Well, funnily enough, we're listening to Jody Morris talking there, who I've had one interview when he didn't say keep the ball, but it wasn't this one. He always says it, and Ray Wilkins was exactly the same. The ball, keep the ball, don't give it away.
Oh, that's true, because as long as you have the ball, you know, you have a chance to score. If you lose it, you want to have a chance to concede or the risk to concede a goal.
Paganini launching it in. Hilario hasn't had much to do tonight. I think Cambiaso's kept the ball tonight well. Mind you, he's younger than most of them, so it's not fair.
It should be forbidden for those players to be on the pitch. Karagounis is on fire. I think he still plays. That guy was still running like crazy. And but Dan Petrescu as well. No,
I think he's Premier League.
He's on fire.
Oh no! When's it going to happen?
Gigi, come on.
Gigi Casiraghi. Well, the Chelsea bench thought it was in.
And to be fair, if he's getting a chance, he wants it to land on his head, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't get enough power on it. It's all there.
It's amazing.
Have there been training sessions? How much?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not
a thing.
No.
Well, no wonder you're all pulling hamstrings.
Yeah, no, I had 3 days ago. I had a surgery on my sinuses, and I had a back problem because I'm getting old. So I couldn't train for like 10 days. I studied my cardio, but I had to stop like 12 days ago. So I was suffering for the first 10-15 minutes.
Have you seen this? Oh no, it's a different one. Fry had a phenomenal save earlier on when you were possibly downstairs there. But you're right, but if you've had an operation there, you still have the drugs in your body, so I'm amazed that you've actually gone through it.
Yeah, and it was hard the first 15 minutes, then I found my second breath. And we're alongside, you know, Frank Sinclair and Marcel Desailly. They were running for me, so it was okay.
That's the first Jurgen Klinsmann header of the night. Hilario mops up the second ball, and is Shevchenko. And Danny Granville is doing all right for a left footer at right back.
Was there any player you were particularly wanting to play with tonight? Any specific player?
Yes, Michael Essien. I love that guy. He's the first guy who took the number 5 after I left.
Yeah.
A couple of years after I left, and I'm really fond of that guy because when I saw him playing for Bastia or Lyon before, I always thought that he would be a fantastic player, and I'm so happy that he chose Chelsea to play.
Yeah, to be fair, we were chatting earlier on about the great midfielders, you know, top world class, and he certainly was that. And N'Golo Kante now, similarly.
Yeah.
I mean, big players for the country, aren't they? As well?
Yeah, exactly. That's true. You know, those kind of players like Makelele, Kante, and of course Michael Essien. Those type of players that you need in the midfield zone to make sure they're going to secure the counter-attacks or the main players.
See, that's what a lot of Chelsea fans want to know. Do you put N'Golo Kante in the same sentence as those guys? Is he as good as them, do you think?
Oh yes, yes. He's one of the. He reads the game so well, and make some fantastic anticipations. And and on top of it, the guy seems to be the nicest guy in the world. So you cannot be upset with that guy. and on top of the type of player he is, he's really humble. He's always smiling. He works hard. Perfect guy.
So last one before we let you go, Frank. With him in mind, and Pogba and Giroud and Griezmann and all of them, what do you reckon for France in Russia? People are talking about them and Spain and Brazil.
I really think Spain, Brazil, and Germany are above France from far. We have individuals, but we don't have a group so far. And we all know that you have to work all together if you want something special to happen. So they have to work. I'm more maybe confident in 2022 in Qatar.
Okay, we'll look forward to that. Karagounis has scored. Shouldn't be on the field. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your evening.
Look after yourself.
Take care.
To be honest, he's deserved to go tonight.
He has been well, one of the better players on show, hasn't he?
Yeah. To me, he's looked lively, he's looked sharp. He looks maybe, arguably, the closest to a current pro out there. You know, just the way he's moving. You know, as I say, sometimes it's the age, and a lot of the times it's actually have you managed to get through a career without too many injuries as well, serious ones, and he certainly looks in great condition.
I tell you what, A, because he's still playing some level of football he shouldn't be allowed to play, and B, he's played more times for Fulham than he did for Inter, so I'm not even sure if he's eligible, but he has scored. Georgios Karagounis, it is 3-1, and Chelsea are in trouble. I tell you what, we'll come back to it in a minute actually, because this is Danny Granville crossing with his good foot. It's a great ball in, and it's a chance, and a big one. And Sheva has put it too close to Fry. Now, speaking of goalkeepers, Pat, I'm telling you now, Cudicini will give Hilario absolute pelters for not saving that goal earlier. Carlo will say, I would have had it. Yes. More on that in a minute, because Sam Mata faces pitchside. Sam.
Yeah, and I know it's very snug here, so sorry for cuddling up to you both, but I thought I'd better squeeze in between you. Right. You still look very hot, by the way.
Me, yeah, blood pressure's high. Getting up and down the wing.
When was the last time you played that long?
I play a little bit, but not on such big pitches. So it's, you know, when you realise the football pitch is big, it gets bigger by the year. Yeah. So yeah, it was hard work, but great fun. And honestly, we were just saying, Frank and I were just saying earlier, it is incredible, the turnout and the fans. Honestly, I had tears in my eyes when everyone was announced. It was just overwhelming.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic atmosphere. Do you think the scoreline's a little bit flattering?
It is, but we knew we was up against it when we obviously knew the dedication they have towards the games. They train quite regularly as a team, and you know, into forever they've got the right format, as in getting invitations to playing games, because the quality of the group, regardless of the age of them. So we knew it was going to be difficult. I mean, we've done our best as individuals to keep ourselves as fit. Got a penalty there. To keep ourselves as fit as possible, we've done our best individually. They train a couple of times a week, so we knew it was going to be difficult. And obviously the age difference of the first half of our group and what we've come out with for the second half. But at the same time, you know, we thoroughly enjoyed it, and we give it a good go. And to come in 2-1 at half-time, I thought, after Carlo's couple of unbelievable saves he made, was about right, to be honest.
I know the injuries have taken their toll. We've got one now, but I must say, Graham, he was so competitive earlier. When he knew that Frank had a bit of a problem, he was over to the bench and he was saying, hey, Luca, come on, you're going to make a change.
Off. Yeah, exactly. Well, it took us 10 minutes to make our substitutions. We played more the first half with 10 men than we did with 11. But, I mean, it is, as Frank says, we've not trained together as a group because everyone's been all over the world. We've got Dan Petrescu, who's flown in. He's got a championship match on Sunday, decider on Sunday. So it's brilliant the fact that the guys have turned up. And I thought the performance, given our average age in that first half against a much younger team, honestly, it's brilliant. And hopefully it's something we can do going forwards.
Yeah, cup final tomorrow. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm going to be a fan for once. I'm not going to the game. I'm going to go and watch the game in a pub, have a pint of shandy and watch the game and be a fan. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've been to the last 5 or 6 cup finals from Wembley, either working for Chelsea TV or other inputs. But tomorrow I'm going to be a proper fan, so I can't wait.
You two, by the way, were my heroes growing up, so that's the reason I sandwiched myself in as tight as possible with them.
Say it to everyone.
You say that to them before.
There's been some changes. Back to Ben.
We have Giuseppe Baresi on, by the way, and Lasso can't be chirping about the age anymore. Baresi, 60 years old. 16 years and over 400 Inter appearances. He's been on the backroom staff for a decade.
He looks okay, doesn't he?
He does, but I mean that's the point. It's a far more regular outfit. In all seriousness, we're not trying to make excuses, although Lasso probably was. But no, he's right. They do that, and Frank, they do train together, they play together. This is a rather more hastily thrown together Chelsea outfit with changes made right up until today, in fact. Here's Danny Granville, who's been good actually since he's been on Danny. Chance here for Shevchenko. He wanted the extra touch, and Fry is there to smother. We got 7 minutes left and it's still 3-1.
It looks really good, Sheva, I have to say. Once again, we're talking about the first half about players' movement. His movement is absolutely great. Crespo's movement was good in the first half. Couldn't get himself on the score sheet, but once again, Sheva, time and again, you know, that you might lose pace, you won't lose a lot of technique, but certainly intelligence, you don't lose a lot of that, and he hasn't. His movement has been fantastic here. And by the way, talking about Sam Matterface, yes, he does say to everyone they were his heroes. I heard him say it to Kerry Dixon, myself. So obviously he's a top man on the top league, so he's okay.
Well, Sheva scored against Inter for Milan, of course, many times. Sort of nearly 200 goals for Milan. Sheva, 22 of them for Chelsea. He's never fit enough, really, to show his best football here, sadly. But pursued, as we know, for a long time by Mr. Ray. And he's pursuing Zanetti. By the way, Zanetti whole game here. Just another appearance. He's looking for 1,000, I reckon.
You know, it's easy to say that, but notice how many of the lads like Graham were saying, it's a big pitch. Torrey Andrew Flo saying, it's a big pitch. It really does feel it when you're going at a good pace out there. So anyone who lasts 80 minutes here is doing really well, especially in midfield usually.
Belletti does his defending and finds Hilario. 5 to play at Stamford Bridge. Miracles required stage, I think, for the legends in Chelsea blue.
It's just that moment there when you see him going up the left wing there, and the crowd behind Michael Essien there. It does so much feel like an old European night, doesn't it?
It really does. Looks nigh on full from where we're sat here. Here's Essien again. Will shoot, they say. That's a good ball for Gallas. Cambiasso.
Great touch, wasn't it?
Such a good player, and he got that little bit in, and it could be the crucial difference. We're going to see Nicola Berti here, the man who nearly took a very nasty tumble in the Inter dugout earlier on, but he's going to come on. Another former Tottenham man.
You have to be very careful. You wear those studs and you get back down into the dugout when it's concrete. He really did nearly hurt himself badly there. But he's okay, and he's smiling.
It always amazes me. They're in tunnels, and there are steps, and there's concrete, and you know what they do? At Hertha Berlin, they have an escalator. So no one has to take the steps, and they literally, and you see players coming down an escalator to walk out onto the pitch. It is brilliant. There's Baresi. Now, John Harley's going to get some stick back at the Chelsea Academy, where he is coach of the fabulous under-16s. If 60-year-old Baresi outruns him, he's going to get it.
And by the way, I'm just watching Baresi here.
He's just stolen.
Well.
He's stolen forward.
Absolutely, he looks great. I mean, he looks really sharp and live for a man 20 years younger than him.
Gallas through defending.
I have to say, William looks absolutely fantastic there, and he was up attacking at the back post just a moment ago there, and he's, to be fair, William Gallas is cruising through this game just now. You think there's a lot more to give if this Chelsea team starts again and plays another few games. William Gallas may well be first, maybe second on the team sheet after a certain goalkeeper. Hold it, controlled at the back there. I mean, that's
Luca Vialli's whipping up the fans here.
It's an Italian thing, that, isn't it? Antonio's been known to do that.
Well, I tell you what, if there's a last-minute equaliser, you better go jumping into them here in the...
you do know you can do that when you're younger. If you try that when you're older, you're going to get injured.
Paganin onto Karagounis. He's given them the cushion here. Zanetti.
Just watch them there, watch them. You know, they are looking. Some of the players are looking quite tired out there. There are a few carrying a few injuries. Finally, going to make that change with Bertie. He's getting the grand total of 2 minutes 10 seconds, possibly slightly less than that. Actually, not even getting him on yet. Maybe a bit early for.
Just these time-wasting substitutions. Yes, he had a season as a Hotspur after a decade as an Interplayer, as an Italian international with Franco Zola. Now, what's going on here? He's saying, what's the point? He's really not going to get on. I wonder if Ricardo Ferri's forgotten this is not a 90-minute football match. After only ever seeing games that last that long, it takes a bit to get it out your system. Bianchi steals in. Karagounis helps it on, and Klinsmann is in, and Karagounis here for 4-1, and he's buried it. Best player on the field has scored 2, and it is Inter's night. No doubt about it.
You know, I don't think there's another player on the field that can actually run away from defenders, but he can, and he's done it all night tonight. He's looked so sharp, he's looked so fast, and he looks, as you say, as if he could have played 20 minutes ago in a top professional game.
Can I say, I'm disappointed, actually. Klinsmann let him have it. I would rather have seen Klinsmann have a go himself, because he could have done. And,
I don't think he could have run away.
No, but he might have just got the shot off in time. I'm surprised he didn't, a goal scorer. He's coming off. There'll be no hat-trick for Karagounis, but he has ensured that Inter forever are victorious at Stamford Bridge here on their debut. And Nicola Berti is coming on for about 38 seconds.
I might give him an extra minute injury time or celebration time, because they have scored a few goals. A couple of goals in this second half. Chelsea actually came back well for about 20-25 minutes there and back into the game, but we just couldn't break through. We had a few chances as well. They're keeping a couple of goals. Good saves there. But in the end, you probably have to accept that they have been the better side and they have had the better chances. And 4-1, I'll tell you what, we're going to have to do well to get them back in Milan.
Yes, that's the return leg in 10 years' time. Good Johnson, a couple of great chances tonight, Sheva too, but that said, Carlo Cudicini made some fabulous saves. And Dermot Gallagher blows for full time. I don't know where the added minutes were, but there could have been time for Chelsea to recover. But it was a great night anyway, despite the defeat. Luca Vialli congratulating Karagounis and Ricardo Ferri. Yeah, the best team won, Pat, I think. And the fittest, most organised and training-heavy team won.
Yeah, and a lot of the time you actually have to take age into account as well. But sometimes it can be one or two players, and that man Karagounis, he was extra special tonight. And in the end, Carlo Cudicini actually he did us a big favour keeping us in the game in that first half. He was absolutely magnificent in the first half, and sometimes I think we might have to get the odd ringer in. We thought we had a few, but our top men like Wisey, certainly, you know, Zola, we would want more, and they would want more from themselves as well. But I don't think they were fully fit tonight.
So 4-1 the final score here. Sam Matterface has a couple of superstars with it.
Ida, how close were you to getting yourself on the score sheet tonight?
Well, I should have, in all honesty. Keeper pulled out a couple of nice saves, and I think I had my boots on the wrong way on a couple of occasions.
Did you enjoy being back out on the Stamford Bridge turf?
I loved it. I hope it won't be the last time.
William, how difficult was it trying to keep up with Karagounis?
You know, it's very difficult because he was good, but you know, I think the more important it was to be here tonight, you know, for the game, and everybody was happy to see the former players. So I hope we will come back.
How good was it to be back playing again in front of the Stamford Bridge crowd?
You know, it's a little bit difficult because it's a long time I didn't play at Stamford Bridge, but it's always a pleasure, you know, to see the fans, you know, because they are amazing, you know, and I hope we're going to play again.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Good luck. Well done.
Thank you.
So 4-1, I think it's a little on the harsh side. And we have some trophies coming soon here. So Neil Barnett, you may be able to hear there. The man of the match award has been chosen by Family Wilkins this evening. It's Ross and Jade. It's such a chip off the old block. It's impossible not to think of Ray when you look at Ross there, isn't it, Pat?
To be fair, those two have been fabulously brave tonight. They have been fast, and to be honest, they were very choked up early on.
$30,000 people, that's going to be unbelievable to do that in public. Cudicini, I think a worthy recipient, Pat.
There's only two players in it, to be fair. It was Carriganis or Cudicini. Maybe a tiny wee bit of home bias there.
He just thought it was Neil was going through the names. He didn't realise. Typically humble, and still the housewife's favourite, the beautiful Carlo Cudicini, a fabulous goalkeeper. Still, we have discovered. Yes.
Well, congratulations to them. As you say, they have put it together. They played well tonight. I mean, it was really good technical stuff for them tonight. The neat little sort of 1-2s and passing plays up the right-hand side in the first half were pretty special, but they also knew who could last how long. And maybe that's what we didn't quite know tonight, that some of the players we thought would do a big job for us got injured early on, and you've got to say, you don't have a moan at them, because they've actually turned out and taken a chance, and they've got themselves injured. Some of those guys will be hobbling for the next 8 weeks, so thanks for doing that, guys.
Absolutely, and many of them at short notice too. Congratulations to Inter. It's an excellent performance by them. 4-1 winners, and enjoying their moment under the floodlights here at Stamford Bridge before they go to play Norwich on Sunday.
I'm guessing they won't have anywhere near the same amount of people watching them.
Right, Sam has Chelsea's man of the match, Carlo Cudicini.
An emotional night, but you are the man of the match. Congratulations. Where does that rank in your list of achievements?
Well, today for sure number one. No, but this is to share with all our 23 players. You know, it's been a fantastic night. Thank you very much for everybody to turn up. It's been an unbelievable night, and really, this is for everyone here.
What was it like being back part of this team?
It's fantastic, because obviously some of them, you know, I haven't seen for 20 years almost. So it's very good to see them again and to spend a bit of time together in hotel and then at the stadium. All the preparation, a lot of massages.
Long hot soak in the bath tonight after using those reflexes.
Absolutely, yes.
Enjoy yourself tomorrow. Thank you very much. Well done. Cheers.
Well, he was, and to be fair, all the Chelsea players were absolutely fantastic. I think it's fair to say not everyone quite in the same shape as they used to be 20 years ago, but it was an amazing night, and Ray Wilkins most certainly will have enjoyed watching that, won't he? Might not be happy with the score, or perhaps the possession stats, but it was a fitting tribute to the great man. Jimmy, did you enjoy that?
Yes, I did. I must say, second half was a lot better for Chelsea. Look, Inter is a good side. You could see that they trained, that they played together for a long time. But second half, Chelsea were a lot more attacking, kept the ball better, were more aggressive, and should have scored actually. They should have never scored that many goals. Inter. I thought Chelsea played really well second half.
We are delighted to say we are joined.
Welcome. How does the body feel?
No less. Okay. Marcel Desailly.
Limping a little bit.
Keep talking.
We are live.
We are live now, Marcel. How do you feel? Do you enjoy that?
I feel fine, yes. I mean,
keep the mic up.
It's a pleasure to be all together again. I mean, it's all the time, you know, a great pleasure to be here in this stadium wearing the Chelsea shirt. I mean, it's something very special.
Yes, I missed it, unfortunately. But you look good, and at times very calm as before.
But I am a 50-year-old man now.
No.
Doesn't matter. I really, appreciate the actual modern player because they are fit, they are strong, and it, takes quite a lot to be, fit to be able to deliver performance. Today we've tried. It's been okay, I think.
Tell me, no, it's been very okay. But tell me, did the mind, did it make you nervous because you wanted to do certain things, but the body didn't let you?
In fact, first of all, I had to handle the adrenaline, the stress that, that kind of event produces, when you are on the field. But yes, the mind wants to do this, but the legs are not especially there, especially when the ball is in the air, and then Materazzi first score, this important
Got off to the
goal for
perfect
them.
start, didn't we? But of course, I think their fitness showed in the end.
Yeah, they have 4 or 5 players that, was very fit, that was, a bit stronger than us, but I hope I've seen a lot of kids understand today, so I'm happy new generation see our faces and we are pleased.
And how did it feel coming back here and playing on the turf again?
Oh, great feeling, great memories. We are here also for Ray Wilkins, that we have, a real, hello and thanks to all what he has done here. But at the same time, we're also celebrating the 97-98 performance that Chelsea have done, at the time, Cup Winners' Cup, I think Super Cup and the League
Cup
at the same time. So we are pleased to be celebrated.
And the atmosphere?
Yes, 35,000, great. It's unique. I mean, it's bring us back, to our old memories where it's unique. It's a different life now. I am into business, TV, whatever, charity, but not anymore on the field. And being on the field, you feel alive again. Yes.
Marcel, you look amazing for 50. Gianluca, come and join us. Come and talk to us.
You done?
Well done.
Gianfranco.
No, Gianluca. I'm sorry.
Gianluca,
Hi guys.
how proud are you? Very good to see you too. It's been too long.
Good. You're so good.
Keep talking.
I watch you all the time.
How did you see tonight? How proud are you of the guys?
Fantastic. First of all, meeting these guys after so many years brought back so many great memories. So I was quite emotional. And then doing this for a good cause, and in order also to celebrate the life of Ray Wilkins, who's been a very good personal friend of mine and of the club. I need to go to take the team picture. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
But come back, please.
I'll be back. It's been
We
great.
might have to see you a bit later.
For turning up. Thank you.
Luca, great to see you. And as we can see, and rightly so, he's gone to join the lads in a team photo. A fantastic night, without a doubt.
They've done ever so well today.
Look, this was the big one, but there's a smaller match going on tomorrow at Wembley Stadium. It is, of course, the FA Cup final. Chelsea, Manchester United. We're looking forward to it.